if you want to know if a good relationship with the bride, in the morning you should ask you, have you eaten? Like that's such
Oh,
a
yeah,
rare question from
that's
the
very
bride. You
rare.
get it's just like, have you eaten? Like, oh,
Let's first describe where we were taken to go
by the
eat.
way, yeah. Manze, even the cameras felt unsafe.
Hey,
So there are people who, when you say shoot a motorcade, there are people who know what that is, but there are those who don't.
oh yeah, them safara.
Yeah.
So you're the photographer behind the pickup. Yes, and you're
With
risking
us.
your life, you know,
And the equipment.
and your equipment.
First of all, creativity is a talent. Like I normally tell people, you'll never know whether I did my best or not.
Yeah.
Because maybe there's a level I've gotten to where my videos, if I send you, you'll just be like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, you'll never know whether I did my best.
You did your best or not.
Welcome to Weddings Bila Filter podcast, where we discuss all things weddings, the good and the fun and the beauty and the stuff that inspires us, the stuff that makes us want to go to weddings. But we also keep it real and we discuss the cringe side of weddings, the stuff that was ugly or was bad or that perhaps made us laugh when we shouldn't have laughed. And one of us has a story there, hopefully. Allow me to introduce the gentlemen that are here with me today. Iki kimse hapa. So whenever I call Mwaneki, the way he usually responds is unataka. And I go like, how do you start a conversation with unataka? But yes, Mwaneki is a well-known and renowned photographer, actually one of the best photographers we have here in Kenya, wedding photographers we have here in Kenya. Why he has decided to stick to weddings alone when he could expand further, I don't know. Perhaps a conversation for another day. And so if you're planning a wedding, if you're planning a wedding, you probably have encountered his work and considered him to be your photographer at your wedding. And then next to him, we have Justin Mengere. Now, if you're planning a wedding, you've probably encountered him as Justin Mengere Wedding Films. But that is a hobby. That is a side hustle. This gentleman is actually a creative genius behind Tedmade Studios, the creators of some of the adverts that we have seen out there. And I'll mention one of them being the very fun and viral Weetabix ad that you've probably seen on TV, if you watch TV, or on YouTube, if it showed up as an advert on YouTube. Gentlemen, thank you so very much for coming to have this conversation with me. Let's begin with a few easy questions. First and foremost, if your current career or hobby was your girlfriend, what are the things that you would be most excited about? You know, like Justin, you're married. And so when you're married, there are things that you love most about your wife, and then there are things that are pet peeves. You kind of have to live with. You have no option. You've chosen her. You guys have chosen this wedding photography and film. So there are things that you love most about, and then there are things that are pet peeves, assuming that you're in a relationship with them. We'll start with you, Mwaneki. What are the things you love most about wedding photography?
We're being honest.
Very honest.
I hope I'm not judged. I love the money.
That's a fair point.
Wow.
That's a fair. Yeah. I love the money. Also, because I don't have to have like invoice.
I'll be honest, part of me judged you kidogo.
Like
if I'm also being honest, it's a fair point.
It's a fair point.
point.
It's a fair point.
Yeah.
We're not doing this for charity anyway. So
Yeah.
Even doctors
yeah. They love,
love
the
the
money.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I love the money. And one other thing, I mean, the money is self-explanatory. Yeah. Another thing would be probably just interacting with the different personalities that I usually do, because it's not that I get to connect with them per se, but I get an exposure to deal with very many personality types that more or less just now builds my character in a way that I can apply it in my other businesses, future clients. Yeah.
You guys are what I call the close quarters vendors. Like you're right there in the face of the couple almost throughout the wedding. Okay. And for you, before we get to the pet peeves?
I think mine is it's a bit odd because it's like when you're in a balcony and you're watching people and they don't know they're being watched type of situation. You get like and then you're able to tell that story to many other people. So I think it really interests me to tell people stories. Like from them not even realizing how they are telling it to each other. So I'm the one translating it to them, like without them even realizing. So it's normally such a cool feeling. Yeah.
A fly on a wall with a camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How about pet peeves? Things that you wish you could do away with, but because you've chosen this line of work, you've accepted.
Maybe the pressure at times, because I think one thing I realized about people at the same time is that expectations are different. So yeah, I think I'd say sometimes the pressure that comes with it. I'm expected to deliver what's on your mind without me knowing exactly what's on your mind. So it's I may fail sometimes, and yeah, that pressure is not very good.
Very interesting.
For me,
Yeah.
the early mornings,
Yeah.
those are not fun. And also now you've dealt with a couple. Those are the people who signed your contract. Then on the wedding day, now you're dealing with aunties, uncles, and everyone else who knows they are part of the wedding by proxy. Yes. And now they're barking orders at you. However, I mean, you're here to serve the couple. Yeah. But there's an uncle over there telling you, chukua ile picha. Umechukua hawa picha. Unajua hawa ni nani? Yes.
Of course, I'll join in any.
How sijui. I mean, I would have known if they came to the meeting, but yeah.
Najua amevaa black na white.
Yes.
The couple.
Yeah.
That took me a moment.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So now those are some of the two things that really, my two pet peeves: the early mornings and now dealing with the extended family who tend to be very disrespectful sometimes.
So I'm wondering if one of your pet peeves is early mornings, and then I send you a timeline for the morning that says you're supposed to arrive at 5:30.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? But what am I shooting at 5:30?
Even at 5:30.
Yeah, why am I
I
arriving
know,
at
because the
5:30?
couple decided to have their wedding at 10 o'clock. And then they
But
live,
still, why
and
am I
they live
arriving
in
at
Thika.
5:30?
They live in Thika and their wedding is on Gong Road.
So what's happening
Something-
at 5:30?
Okay, that's another pet peeve. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Driving like kilometers away.
like man,
I've
it's a
ever
whole
gone for a
destination wedding.
I've ever gone for a wedding that started in Saika. You know the sides?
Mm.
Go
Yes.
down home.
Yes.
Went to All Saints, then went to Rongai.
Ah.
For the reception.
For the reception. Half the day I was
It's on-
You're on the road. Yeah, like to be quite honest. Now, those are things that
Yeah.
pretty much annoy me, and I think sometimes I even think, man, I should charge for mileage. Yeah, because you've done close to 100 kilometers from bride's home to church to photo session.
Photo session.
Yeah.
The photo shoot
Then
venue.
you go to the reception, and then they come up with an idea of having, so maybe like
An evening shoot.
an evening shoot. Where? In town.
Great.
Yeah. You've done 200 kilometers in a day. You've spent quarter the day on the road.
Yeah.
I even wonder for the couple if that's. I mean, them they have I'm sure they normally get the police cars, but is it
No,
fun?
police cars will only maybe save 5 minutes. And I've literally timed it multiple times.
Mm.
That without them, maybe we acquired 5-10 minutes at most.
But is it fun even for them? Like
Yeah.
when people started coming up with this idea of doing it in one venue.
Oh man. I mean,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
I always say less time on the road, more time having fun.
Yeah.
More time with your guests, more time for you to relax. Maybe we should start a venue. You sleep there, you wake up,
Yeah.
and then you sleep there again.
I
I
kind of
mean, there are venues like that in the.
kind of do.
Oh, wow.
Can you take 100 people?
I can organize. I can
Yeah.
organize.
Actually does.
It actually
It
does.
actually does.
Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of weddings and the experiences that you have had, I'm curious, was there that one wedding that was for the books? The one wedding that you keep remembering or you keep referring to, and it could be the experience that you that was at the wedding, not for you necessarily, but for the guest, for example, or it was specifically for you or how you interacted with the couple? Is there that one wedding that is the bar that you'd hope all other weddings would, hopefully meet? And what makes that wedding that kind of wedding? I'll start with you, Justin.
I think I've had really good weddings, I won't lie. And for me, what stands out in my mind is just the couple. And not in a bad way, but the bride. Like if you have a good relationship with the bride, I don't know why Atakama things are going bad or something happened. Because you'll find that they're very considerate. Like you if you want to know if you have a good relationship with the bride, in the morning she asks you, have you eaten? Like that's such a rare question from the bride. You get it's just like, have you eaten? Like, oh, I feel, out of every person walking around here, you've turned to ask the filmmaker, photographer. Have you eaten?
There's a question in there for later.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that you've said it, there's a question in there for later.
But I feel like when you can see how they are very considerate throughout the day about how you are, and I mean, I've been to weddings where I always say this, we were put for a table and our names were there just like the other guests. I think we were with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And such things are just so considerate because you're like, okay, this person. And
you'd want to
they
give them
value.
your best.
Yeah. And a lot of the times, I'm not saying the men are not good people, but a lot of the time that comes from the bride. Like she's very considerate. It's just vibes. Like
thing is, you're a guy, I guess you're allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Because you're speaking about yourself when you are a groom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, personally, I feel like the vibe, maybe it's an African thing, but when the vibes are right with the couple, for me, it works. It works great. I've had really good weddings. I've had really bad ones, but I've had really good weddings where it's really fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for you?
Well, having my stint, how many years now? Close to 15.
When him say.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, it should be Sisi Niwaze.
Except him.
Yeah. Yeah. Snake huko.
Utazeeka bado.
Lakini I'm sure if he starts talking about all the weddings he's
oh
done,
my god,
it's good ones.
Like some I try to remember. Who? Oh yeah.
Go to Zimbabwe.
I have a story where I forgot a groom who I shot in December. They introduced themselves again in January, and I forgot who he was. And I was like, "You look familiar." So embarrassing. Anyway, yes. So back to your question. Memorable wedding. Memorable wedding. There's one I shot recently, and this comes from, I've been shooting your typical sort of weddings for like over 10 years now. Over the past 2 years, I've been shooting small weddings, small intimate weddings. And it's changed my entire perspective of love, intimacy. And I've gotten to see a whole other aspect of weddings and from that light. Because now I was so used to shooting, say maybe 500 plus guest weddings. They are big. There's no intimacy. Some do, but it gets lost in all that chaos. So one of the ones I shot recently that really impacted me was a couple who came from, I don't remember where they came from, but their wedding started at 4 p.m. And we were done by 8 p.m. And we were actually told, switch off your cameras. We chose you also as our guests and have fun. 4 to 8 p.m. I was paid for a full day. Yes. But 4 to 8 p.m., everything was done. Service. What's that thing called?
Reception.
Yeah. No. So we shot a bit of the reception, and the dance, the cake cutting all happened within like, say, maybe 1 hour. Speeches were very short. Like everything was done within 4 hours and we were done. And we stayed over now as guests. And we mingled with everyone else because I had met them prior for like a brunch. So it felt really nice. It felt very different. That one stood out because I felt like a person there, not as a tool. Yeah. And you're not being told, come, photo man, kuja. Yeah, that one felt very different because you're told, you're given rein, whatever it is that you want to do. Just give. Tell us the story from your perspective. We trust you. We've seen your work, so we won't micromanage you. So yeah,
That's very interesting. Being given the same experience as the guest.
as a guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I can't say that I've experienced per se. But that's very interesting.
Yeah.
How about now the flip side, the opposite side, a wedding that, and I'd really appreciate if you could, without names or venues,
No, we won't mention.
without names or
Yes.
venues,
Yes.
give an actual experience of a wedding that, if you knew what you know now, you would not have taken that client to start with.
Come again.
If you knew what you know now,
Mhm.
because it's after the fact.
Yeah.
You've gone through the experience.
Yeah.
It was a terrible lived experience. So if you knew what you know now,
Yeah.
you would not have taken that wedding to start with.
Yeah.
What about that wedding was not made it what it was?
So there's this one we shot with Justin, and I think that one goes that one goes to like one of the worst weddings we shot. No, but the couple was really nice. Because they approached us very respectfully, but I think some details were lost during the day. So I don't know who to blame really, but yeah, we were not treated well that day. I think we came in quite early also.
Yeah.
We came in
And
quite early.
it was far.
It was far. Like
It was
enough
it was a far.
far place.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was far.
So we came in early. Were we booked at a hotel?
No.
So I think
we were to sleep that night. So we were coming in.
oh
the
yeah,
morning.
true.
So we were
Yeah.
supposed to be there by
How
9.
far was this? Okay, at least
Wow.
say where it
Like
was.
Nanyuki.
Nanyuki.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So farther than Nanyuki.
Okay.
So those who know. Yes.
Oh, so you traveled to Nanyuki the morning of,
Yeah.
and then you would sleep before you travel there back
Yeah.
the next
the-
day.
yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it was an evening wedding, if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
it was an evening.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything went into the night.
So what about the wedding?
It's like we were either assumed we are nuclear photographer and videographer, that we do not need fuel to like run throughout the day. So we were asked to come in quite early. So there was no breakfast. We had to like move things around. Oh, and you remember, we were told to go serve, and then someone stopped us. Sijui ati this is for Sijui.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like,
And we've not eaten the whole day.
yeah.
So like we're there from 9. The wedding hasn't started till 4,
Yeah.
3, 4. It was a very short reception.
Yeah.
But then now we were like, okay, manze, we are, tumechoka.
Yeah.
Maybe let's go. And the thing about this venue, maybe I shouldn't say the venue,
Yeah,
but this
it's a
venue
venue.
is hakuna shop.
There's
Si ati
nothing
unaweza toka
close.
nje,
Oh,
useme,
mkate.
mkate.
Mkate na soda.
You're in the bundles.
And we were not given the memo that we are not being fed.
Yeah, so later on they're like, oh no, sikule na chakula yenyu later.
Okay.
So tukakuwa like game chill. And by the way, this was COVID time.
COVID time,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
now COVID kulikuwa na ile 10 p.m. Is it 10? I don't know. There was a
cutoff. 10
cutoff. Like
PM.
you can't be out of
Yeah.
the road until a certain time. Mind you, where we are sleeping is not where
It's not
they're
close
sleeping.
also.
Yeah, it's not. It's like an hour drive. So like at 7:30, there's no food yet. So we are just asking the planners, so we eat now. We are really getting tired. Oh, the cake is being cut. Just wait. Now, because it's an offsite wedding, people are getting drunk.
Yeah.
And when people are getting drunk, like even the speeches are, come, we speak.
Yeah.
Like it's now overgoing.
Yeah.
Tukaambiwa, sawa, you can take turns to go eat. So, manze, I've never seen food like that even in high school.
No, not even food like that. Let's first describe where we were taken to go.
By the
eat.
way, yeah. Manze, even the cameras felt unsafe.
Hey, I don't know where they found that kibanda. It's inside some place. Like, I think that mama was cooking for dogs. Then she was told,
Kuna wase.
kuna watu,
Kuna wase wanakaa.
ongeza maji. Because it's that rice for, it looks like ugali, but it's not.
Wow.
It's not ugali. It's clumped rice. So actually, see, ilisaviwa na sauce. Yeah, like it's being cut.
Alafu
Yes, that is how ugali is usually served.
Yes.
plate yako usipochunga inaweza anguka because inagonga na force.
Ndio itoke. It has to come off.
The
And then I think what was supposed to be chicken stew was
chicken
Was
ama
it
ilikuwa
chicken?
nyama tu mbili na soup. Okay, so
Soup.
soup ilikuwa maji na color brown.
something. Yeah. Because alafu, it was dimly lit. So we could not tell what it is we are eating. And then the person serving us is so questionable.
And
You're
rude.
like, hey.
And
I was
then,
like,
you know, the planner is there and he's seen what we're
yeah,
eating.
like,
I was just like-
I'm like, wait, this is it.
I was like,
This is
are we
it.
serious?
So
No.
wasn't the planner eating with
No.
you guys?
No, I mean, they were going to eat
Ilikuwa tu
shrimp.
ilikuwa tu- and then they were eating some posh food.
Yeah.
Alafu, you know,
That's such a stark difference. This sounds like a luxury wedding.
it was a very
was.
luxury wedding. And you know the fun thing is, like pali tumekaa sasa where we're eating, unaweza ona pale, it's like in the light. Unaweza tu lights na watu wakidance na wakikuna. Then it's just a very sad scene.
Man, luxury wedding.
So what all the details?
Yes, yeah. Tuone kando.
Ask after the show.
Tuone kando.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It happens. You know, I've ever fought with somebody about that, whether we're supposed to have food or not, like on just a random cue. Like, I don't think photographers are supposed to have food.
What?
Yeah, like, I'm paying you for. They're like, yeah,
Okay,
I'm
well,
paying you for
I had-
for my day. So why do you want food? Watu wakienda job
This-
wanapewanga.
This is such a hot, controversial conversation.
No,
I think
but
it's a
it
personal-
can be solved.
Mhm.
I've solved it very well. So for couples, no.
When he said-
Diplomatically, I've done it.
Let's
I've done
see.
it.
Okay, let's have
Yes.
it. Let's have it.
Years of experience.
Yes. So a couple does not want to feed me. So I ask you, do we leave to go eat? Or will you facilitate us with maybe a certain stipend to actually have food delivered to us, or do we carry food? So you give us the direction, because in my contract it states we'll leave for like an hour to go eat, because hatujapangiwa, sindio? It's right there in the contract. You can't say it's not. Hujui. However, now recently I had a client who we were in some very expensive hotel, and I understood. They actually explained. So per plate, it's going to cost us this much.
We were together at that wedding.
And it's another one.
It's
an
another one. Okay.
Indian wedding.
Okay.
So per plate, it's going to cost us this much. So it was an Indian marrying a foreigner who's not Indian. Yeah. So they went off tradition a bit. So per plate, it was costing quite a lot of money, and they explained it to us. And I was like, yeah, easy. So they were like, so alternatively, so we have this option for, we can give you this amount of money to cater for lunch. Is that okay? I'm like, that's good. At least you've thought about it. Yeah. You've thought about it. There's thought to it. Yeah. So that whole thing about feeding photographers and vendors rather.
It's vendors.
Yeah, vendors. But I understand where it comes from. You want to feed your guests and blah, blah, blah. But who are these people running this event for you in the background? You can do a decent arrangement for them. And we also understand, coming now from shooting weddings for so long and actually also seeing the back end of people planning weddings and stuff, I know it's expensive. So I do understand sometimes you're looking at balancing those costs and the kind of workforce that you have. And as long as you have thought to your vendors, like, give us a decent meal. We don't have to eat sijui shrimp and whatever nonsense that is being served there. But as long as there's a decent meal, because we don't even have time to even use forks and knives. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as there's a decent meal, good. If you can't, give a stipend. for most African weddings, it's say maybe like a day. It's not like those Indian weddings, say maybe like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
This is just a day.
Or
A
that
day.
KFC.
Yeah. Order something. Like there's a client who a few years ago, food ran out, and genuinely food ran out. They had gate crashers, guys came, food ran out. The guy was like, food has run out. The groom himself, he's like, and I've ordered Glovo for you guys. He knew he needed to sort his team out. So that's thoughtful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this also goes now back also to, doesn't really fall on the couple, but mostly planners
And committees.
and committees.
But I think this actually fight I had, it got me thinking, like, I understand some people would say, oh, that's what I'm paying you for. Like, I don't need to
Pay
feed
for
you
food, yeah.
and whatnot. And I thought about it and I said, okay, first of all, creativity is a talent. Like, I normally tell people, you'll never know whether I did my best or not.
Yeah.
Because maybe there's a level I've gotten to where my videos, if I send you, you'll just be like, okay.
Yeah.
You'll never know whether I did my best.
You did your
or not.
best or not.
So should I also put that same thought to
Effort.
Like, oh, Anta,
Very interesting.
like let me
it
let
does.
me
Yeah.
It does reflect like how you treat us. We probably would have done better, but
you never
from
know.
how we interacted with you and how you treated us, you just show up and shoot.
And I probably wouldn't even look at it as a threat.
It's not a threat.
It's not a threat.
But it is the
It's
reality.
the reality. Like,
Yeah.
for
The
example,
reality that, come to think of it, you're the only vendors who have to deal with the emotion that came from that wedding after the fact.
so many times
Yeah.
MCs are like, manzi this couple, acha tu tumalize tu.
Wacha tumalize tu.
Them they're done.
But for us, it's till 2 weeks.
And by that time, I've already delivered. So, for example, for me, I've already delivered 70% of my work.
Yeah,
So I start struggling because of the
circumstances.
circumstances in that wedding. And I only have 30% left. So I power through to finish.
Can do a shot or two.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Your work has just started.
Yeah.
The other half. And that, so to the point, that the goodwill you experienced at the wedding
Sometimes can
motivate you.
will affect your capacity to be able to deliver.
It's a reality because
Only because we're human.
sometimes by the way, I have an edit and I'm like, by the way, this edit is so dope. You can't even wait to go
You
and
can't wait to
go and touch it.
Yes.
Like, let me put this here, let me put this. And then there's time you're just like, wedding video song. Ya kwanza, click. And then ndo tutatumia, type, because you just want to finish up, but it's because you just had such bad verbs from the beginning. But I'm avoiding those ones.
This is such a clash between what I would call the Western culture, where the Western culture and the African culture. In the African culture, food is a big deal. Everybody should be invited to eat, which is why, for example, when you see you're being taken care of, it feels really good. But the Western culture is, no, you're an employee. And I'm not hating on, but it's very cold and
distant.
Yeah, that's we've employed you to.
But you'll be dealt with employer cards.
The thing is, if you're dealing with me as an employee, I'll also deal with you as a boss. Like, as long as I deliver what it is that you ask me to, I won't go above.
There's nothing else to say there. You actually landed it.
Yeah.
Speaking of committees, and I want to approach this question very carefully. I have had really good interactions with great committees. I've also had the opposite, where it's the same mentality. Tumechanga pesa, we've worked hard, and therefore now we own you, and you must do our bidding. And I think perhaps for me on that side, it's that the fact that I'm being spoken to by 2 or 3 or 4 people, and I'm still trying to manage all of them. And at the same time, I want to be as respectful as possible, but sometimes it's difficult. So my question to you guys would be, what makes for a good interaction with planning teams or committees, as we call them here in Kenya?
I think I like planners more than I like committees. And if I'm close to the couple, like if we had a journey, or if I know them personally, I always say, like, if you can avoid the committee, great.
Oh,
Like if you can avoid it, even better. But also understand people need. I mean, I've also done a wedding, so I know it's expensive. You need the help, could be changoad for and whatnot. But I think if you can just do your wedding for like 300k, 500, just whatever it's important for you, you can do that. Because once watu wameanza kukuchangia pesa,
you no longer own.
you no longer own your wedding. Like
Mm.
unless you just some sort of have that willpower. Mtanichangia na bado hiyo harusi ni yangu. Unless you're like that type of person. But the number of times I can always tell when it's a committee wedding, because the aunties have some guts. Like it's apana hizo pictures
Right.
chukue hapa.
By the way, the committees are both age mates to the couple sometimes,
Yeah.
but committees can also comprise of
Kwanza the ones,
parents.
Elders.
elders. Kwanza those ones are the ones that I'm actually really speaking about in terms of, because they contributed a lot, or they walienda hata wakaulize neighbor yao nichangie. I understand there's all that
Yeah.
effort, but I think if you're a committee member, kama umechangia achia tu hapo, give it with goodwill. Like tu achana tu,
Tenda
like,
wema
okay.
nenda zako.
Yeah. Because the number of times the bride is like, oh, but me I want this. Hapana, najua utachelewa kanisa. Na gari iko hapa. Gari yangu lazima idekoretiwe. So those demands are come from that place of nilieka pesa kwa hii harusi. And I think that's just my only fight with committees. Like you even overshadow the couple.
So, and I'll ask you, Maneki, so there's a guy who is starting off and has not gotten to the level where perhaps he's being called for. Because if a couple can afford a planner, then they'll most likely look to a very experienced photographer. So this photographer is just starting off, and most likely he's engaging in weddings where it's the committee that is taking charge of the wedding. What would make for a good interaction? Like, what would he do or she do to make sure that at the end of this day, hatujakosana na committee? Actually, we've left with a really good relationship, and they'll call me for the next gig.
If you're a beginner, you'll have to kiss us.
Gosh.
No, for real. Like,
I didn't
like,
I don't even-
It was not going
That's an answer coming, yeah.
no, for real. Like, you don't have the luxury of, so maybe standing your ground, so maybe to like a committee or whatever. Because at that point, respectfully, you're dealing with people who think they know, and most probably, like, the guys who will be running the show are guys who also got married before. They did things a certain way. So there's this guy, probably the friend to the groom, who got married 2 months ago. So now he's the one running the show. You get? So you as a beginner, you're dealing with this guy who's already done a wedding, and he already has this fixed way of the way this show should run. Man, at that point, just be humble. Yeah. Itikia tu chenye unanini, unaambiwa, earn your money, do what needs to be done, and go home.
Nakawe si beginner.
Kama we si beginner now, I'm getting there. So, there's a way I usually approach these guys. You are the committee. You sat down and decided that you want a professional photographer. By professional photographer, it means I know what I'm doing. Yes. So you chose me, set the funds aside, leave me to do my job. I have actually put people in their places respectfully, where I actually just tell you, okay, fine, here's the thing. You paid for 2 photographers, you're giving us work for 4. There's a challenge there. Yeah. So let us do our job. I know we should be shooting, I know whatever idea that you have, we should be shooting a motorcade. We'll only use 1 image out of that. Yeah. So please let us just do our job and deliver to the couple.
Just for the sake of
Yes.
someone watching and they don't understand. So there are people who, when you say shoot a motorcade, there are people who know what that is, but there are those who don't.
Oh yeah, them safara. So you're the photographer behind the pickup. Yes, and you're risking your life,
And the equipment.
and your equipment. You know, I mean, back then they could risk their lives and their equipment.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that expensive. Now, man, you drop a nini camera, you've dropped a whole car. Yeah. So, but yeah, the committee should be the committee and let the professionals do their job. You hired professionals, trust them. Get a coordinator. Amongst all of you, kuna moja mwenye mtaagree. Yes? Let that person now make sure everything runs. Because if you hired me as a professional, I know what it is that I'm doing. Yeah. And I've done this for how many years now?
That's a fair take. If you've hired me, then that means you should trust me
Yes.
to be able to
To
deliver.
do the job, yeah.
And so perhaps micromanagement is not
It's not
necessary.
Yeah.
I think the committee shouldn't be picking the photographer and videographer though.
Oh, mbona unatetea photographer na video peke yake?
Okay.
Yeah.
Vendors. Mimi ni field yangu.
Yeah. First. That's
But
easy.
I think it's so you know these things. I don't want to tell people you only do the committee pick the rings.
No, by they don't.
There are
There
competitions
are.
too. Yes.
For real.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
rings.
mazee.
Yeah, that's crazy. Poleni. That's what
Yeah.
I'm going through.
Well,
But
think about it. This is it's unfortunate, and it's what you said. The minute you start receiving money, the wedding stops being yours. So how far in has the couple allowed the committee to contribute? There are couples who start at zero. And therefore now all the money that is being put together includes as far as what the couple will wear, the wedding bands. I think it's not the right way to go. I think that if you're planning a wedding, foot the bill or just have a very simple
Very
wedding and
simple,
go home.
yeah.
I've done a really simple wedding
Yeah.
that is just as meaningful as an elaborate
Yeah.
2,000 people type wedding. But yeah, yes, to answer your question, unfortunately, there are those.
But the difference is, okay, when you're on a chaguliwa wedding ring, that's another level. But people choose their own rings because it's the only thing that you actually remain with, right? So are your photos and videos. It's like in 10 years time, you'll show your children your rings, your photos and videos. Hata MC akumbuka wangu jina. Alikuwa naitwaje?
Ule. And he was very funny. You know?
Like how back
Snap finger famous. Yeah. What's?
you know, but the videos and photos and rings, those ones remain. Like even down to your grandchildren, right? So I'm thinking, who should have that power to choose what you want to remember with?
What you remain with.
Yeah. So I think it's you as the couple. Like you should be able to say, this is the style I want.
Yeah.
And die with that style 10 years later. Not 10 years later. Kai, tungekuwa tuna pesa yetu. Ningechukua ule photographer mwingine. You know, you always live with regret regarding it. And at least wedding rings you can go and change.
But you can't change.
You can't change. Yeah, photography and videography you can't change.
Okay. So I want to put you guys in a scenario or a position. If you are a groom, so for you it would be when you are a groom, what are the things that you would ensure to do with your vendors to keep the relationship on the up and up? And then after that, we'll also flip the question and we'll say, beyond delivering the good work, you know, what you've been paid to deliver, how would you advise a photographer and cinematographer to do to keep the relationship on the up and up? We'll do both sides. So we'll start with, for you as the groom, what would you want to do with your vendors to make sure that the relationship is good?
You'll start or I start?
Start.
I think the easiest way you can actually open yourself up to the strangers that you're actually inviting to your wedding, which is now us, is
I've never looked at it that way.
we are strangers.
The strangers you're
that you're
inviting
inviting to your wedding.
personal space.
Yeah. So if you think about it, we are also your guests. So what do you do to guests? Do you mishandle them? No. You welcome them. Simple thing. If you're shooting, say, maybe an African wedding, in the morning, offer us simple thing, tea. Acha tukatae. Yeah. But you see that gesture, welcome, join us. Yes. And most probably we'll alive. Hey, ati we're alive. The Kikuyu in me. We'll arrive there like a few minutes before we even start shooting or before the bride gets ready. But that gesture of reaching out to say, join us for this meal, that softens us up so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just
It
changes
just makes
who
you.
we, yes.
There's something in your brain that happens.
It just clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now the one that now ulitoka home sijui Juliambo ufike 5:30 na kimari.
Not by me.
Umefika
It's the timeline that
umefika 5:30.
Umefika 5:30, uliamka saa ngapi? 4:30.
5:30.
Umepika chai? Hapana.
Hapana.
Umekula? Nothing.
Hata tu kuingia kwa gari ni shida.
Yes, ukafika kwa bride. Saa hizo, they're here with Javas, nini. Wanakula.
There's nothing as bad as watu wanakula hapo and you're so hungry. Umekaa
You're over here shooting them. Dude,
just see some smokies and sausages going into people's mouth and you're
saa
dying.
hizo mkuko ndani ngong.
And you know, okay, I'm not in it, but to be unexperienced, at least you have kidogo money.
Yeah.
So utakuwa like, manze niko njaa, let me just order something for myself. But I can imagine like the people who don't, like do wana need.
Yeah.
You get to kuendelea. Like lazima wa survive hivyo.
Yeah, but just that simple gesture, that changes the mood that entire day. Breakfast to breakfast.
Yeah.
That's it. And then now, you've already set the mood. Yeah. So later on, probably we'll actually even be patient enough. So maybe if there's things like lunch, mkambo mngoja, you'll wait. Yeah. But yeah, just that simple gesture that morning will change a lot. Will just soften these hearts because these are strangers, yeah, that you're inviting. The other one would be just timely payments. Because we're not there for fun. Realistically, we're not there for fun. It's you and your guests who are having a fun time. As we're there to work. We're there to earn money. So we need a deliverable also at the end of the day. Yeah. So timely payments, that one I'll make sure at least when I become a groom, that's sorted out. Because I think the few people I'd actually want to keep on my side is photographer, videographer, catering. Because man, catering can go wrong and just mess your entire day. Yes. Because the thing that people will actually remember. Things like decor, they'll be like, wow. They'll take photos, yes. But they'll always remember what they ate, yes, and how that environment felt. Was it authentic? Was it a fake wedding like this?
Mm-hmm.
You'll always know a fake wedding. But were the emotions authentic? What did you guys eat? Period.
Yeah.
I think I'll put it actually I'll talk to them because the brides and the groom, just be open. I'm just adding on him. Just be open to what the photographer is saying. If I tell a groom, sasa simama pale, we are doing this. Like, kwani nifanye hivyo?
Yeah.
Uko like, okay, this is your video, sir. Like, I'm just trying to make you look good.
You're directing.
Yeah, and me, I'm just like, if you don't,
That's
this,
fine.
like,
I know, yeah.
But you've genuinely paid me money to come and create a really cool videos and photos for you. So if I tell you stand here, touch your wife.
Yeah.
Really, tutasumbuana juu ya touch your wife.
Look into her eyes.
The like, wife is told to touch you at your wedding.
Like hizo vitu. One thing I like about the people from the US and the UK is like the European countries. The PDA is nice. Let me tell you, I think PDA is a good thing because it's kind of strengthens your relationship. You need marriage advice. Yeah. But personally, I feel like it's a good thing.
Yeah.
But what was I saying before you interrupted me?
You were talking about how
oh yeah, touching. So like I feel for the
how
groom.
you directing guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like for the groom, just accept. Especially, and this is even it will help your marriage, later. Because if you're like happy to do what because a lot of the time it's what the bride wants. It's we want to look mushy. So if I'm helping you get there, then just accept. Me, by the way, I've ever shot a bride who say a photo session, like they you separate everyone, and now it's just the two of you. The groom got lost. Alienda kunywa.
That's unfortunate.
Yo,
like genuinely, like, and she's like, where's I'm like, everyone's just there. Like now with the photographers, like, wacha tukuchukue picha. You know, where's mama po?
Distracted.
Where's mama? Turn. You know, and they're just trying to control the situation.
Actually, the two girls are also counselors. So
Therapies.
Our sessions are usually therapy.
Yeah,
Therapy.
very
Like,
therapy.
because sometimes you'll find, so maybe you're shooting a couple, and I've encountered these things way too often. Like, say maybe for an engagement shoot, wamekosana, and then you have to have that shoot. Yeah. What do? You can't just let them stay mad at each other. My sessions include a lot of looking into each other's eyes. So by there, I usually even tell you way before, kama mmekosana leo mtapendana. Because you will have to touch. You will have to look into each other's eyes. You will have to just remain in that gaze or silence for long. By the end of it, you're laughing, you're touching, you feel each other's warmth. So it's usually there's an element of therapy that we kind of do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, me, I don't say, I'm not a posy. I'm not a posy videographer. Ati, shikana hivi, sawa, kaivo. Me, I'm just like, I'm gonna direct you,
Yeah.
then you guys follow.
You guys get comfortable.
Get comfortable with it. And I feel like that's more authentic. Like if I just give you an example, touch here, and then I tell you action, and you go and even tell you if you go past, it's okay. Like do what
Improv.
Yeah, improv. Enjoy it. I hope it helps their marriages.
It does.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a couple who actually told me we were not talking, but man, after this session, we're actually going for dinner because I mean she was already made up, blah blah blah, all that stuff.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah, so
this is like during the engagement shoot.
pre-wedding shoot. Yes. So you could tell there was some tension because hold her this way, there was a gap in between them. I'm like, close the gap. Like, then they giggle a bit. So I'm like, okay, so pretend like you're smelling her hair. So this guy goes near her ear. She gets a bit ticklish. They laugh. I mean, it just
Tell her something
funny
so that she can laugh. But it's normally very.
It's a therapy session,
therapy
and
session.
it's physical touch therapy. But I should come up with that.
Yeah, that's a smart idea. And also even in the morning, like when they're getting pressure, like the brides, like tunaambia by the way, relax. Kwani watafanya? I always tell brides,
Hey,
sawa,
it's your day.
umechelewa.
Yeah.
So like okay na
Yeah.
okay.
Hawataendelea bila
Wataleta priest hapa. Wafanya harusi. Like it's happened. Let's very relaxed. But I normally feel so bad when brides, like when they're in the car, kai tunachelewa.
Yeah.
I'm like, you'll remember your whole wedding. Kai tumechelewa.
Even the
Instead of-
tension shoot on your face. Yeah.
Let's flip it. So now what should we do beyond delivering what we've been paid to do to keep the relationship good? To have a relationship beyond the wedding? Because there are couples who we've worked with and we actually formed friendships after the wedding.
Yeah.
So what's our part in that?
I think, manze, photographers, videographers, please deliver people's weddings afterwards. It's so important.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah.
And also just take intentionality. Be careful. These are people's memories, that you're handling. And I feel like I've had horror stories by this. Sometimes people tell me stories, but this is what happened to my wedding. I'm like, who did you choose to do your wedding? And I think it's just a lack of people just coming to a wedding and think, ini harusi nataka kumake dough. I don't think if generally you shouldn't shoot a wedding with that mentality because you'll just mess up. You won't care about reactions of what's like. You should have it in your mind, like reactions of people. Like what would the bride actually tell people? What would the bride and groom want to see 5 years from now? You get, like, okay, fine. The ring has been put. People are celebrating. Wouldn't they want to see who's celebrating? You get, like, you have to go deeper into it and think, like, okay,
what would you?
I'm thinking for you. It's sometimes even the bride and groom don't know. But like, I'm thinking for you. So when you watch it, you're like, oh my days. I really valued seeing this, seeing my mom cry, seeing this. So I feel like intentionality from, I'll speak from the filmmakers and photographer side, would really come a long way. And then also, don't make it difficult for the bride and groom. Don't make it about your shot. Because I feel like there are not
some
Instagram photographers where it's just, we have to do we'll cut that photo. We'll have to do maybe. We'll have to do. We have to do this pose. For Instagram. I'm like, bro, it's not to the point where it's like it's just about posting for you.
Nelson, we're not cutting that part of it.
It's
We're not cutting that part.
It's just about posting. It's not. It's some two people's special day that matters. So you have to have the balance of understanding the emotions of the groom, the bride, what's happening around them, who's important. Sometimes you just sit. Whether if you're intentional, you just sit and watch. You'll realize who's important to the bride. Because immediately they walk into the room, their face lights.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just like they're in the back, but you're just watching. And then there's some and auntie ataingia utaona tu. Like
Tense,
even the body just tenses up. And so now
that is a relationship.
hizo picha unapata mbili. The auntie.
By the way, there's some who even come and tell you, okay, so remove these photos of this person
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like filmmakers and photographers should be a lot more intentional in the day.
Yeah. On my end, probably I'd just say one thing. And this is something I usually get feedback from couples. I tend to just maintain zen. Yes. It can be chaotic. And Monique is still just, it's okay. Like, the day has gone awry. It's okay. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. So from this point on, there's a thing I usually even tell brides before now the whole day begins. I'm like, okay, fine. You've done your best to plan. You've handed it over, say, maybe to a planner or coordinator. So from this point on, enjoy your day. You've spent way too much money to have a bad day. Yes, to not enjoy your day.
So much stress.
If the cake falls, laugh. If someone slides somewhere, laugh
Just
it
laugh.
off. As in, just enjoy your day. If someone is late, don't get...
No.
Justin would laugh.
Yeah, laugh.
He would laugh.
Yeah, laugh.
Yeah. But the thing is, the day won't go
100% perfect.
100% perfect.
To the perfection.
Yes. How you thought about it? No, it wouldn't.
But enjoy
Just
it.
enjoy your day. Like, flow with the day. There's a wedding I shot, an Indian wedding I shot, where the couple, they were so laissez-faire. Like, the bride allowed the groom to just enjoy himself. In the morning we'd get in, the groom is right there with so there are two stations. So you get in the morning, you either go to the bar or you go to the coffee station. So the bride was on the right side, the coffee station. The groom welcomes you with either a shot or a nini or a beer. Like,
Wow.
yeah, as in, it's enjoy your day. Those guys enjoyed their day. Nothing there in that wedding was perfect, but those guys enjoyed their day. Things went, some decorator did not show up, so the tent looked the way it just wanted to look like. But they had such a fantastic time. They forgot that ever happened. So for us on this end, I'd probably just say, maintain your cool. Your cool, your vibe is what will actually now just emanate and now influence how these two actually respond to the environment that is about their day. The thing I usually get mostly is, Moniki, you made us feel calm, blah, 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 all that stuff. And to be honest, many things will go wrong and I'll be like, okay, no one got hurt.
Yeah. No one died.
Yeah, no one died. So we move and we now iterate and now position ourselves again, and we make this day beautiful.
There's a cake we shot that was falling. Remember?
Yeah.
It was just falling. It was just there. Like,
We could just see it, and then now we were like, it did. Eventually did.
Like
yes.
it went. You'll bring a cake person, but I don't know why that happens. But it just went.
It was just.
Must have been an Ephraim.
Yeah. Was it hot?
I don't know.
I don't know, but that thing was just weird.
It was not an Ephraim. It was a hotel.
It was a hotel. Okay.
I think that advice applies to all vendors, because I remember there was once someone told, so something happened in the sound space, and you know those big sounds, those big like when something drops, and the sound technician held himself up like this, and then he was quickly correct and told, toa hiyo mkono, weka mkono chini. Because at that point, everybody's attention
is on
went
you. Yes, how you react. Yes.
And so if you're tensed, everybody gets
Everyone
tense
will
and
be
goes,
tense.
"Hey,
Yeah.
Kimomana."
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
wow,
something
saa
really
tuna
bad
sound.
has happened.
So
All right. This episode is made possible by Zania Weddings and Tedmade Studios. Zania Weddings is an online wedding planning and coordination platform designed to help couples here in Kenya to plan their weddings. From budget trackers to vendor management to wedding planning checklists, Zania Weddings offers this and much more. So if you're planning a wedding and wondering where to start, visit zaniaweddings.com. That is zaniaweddings.com. Tedmade Studios is a passionate team of storytellers, creatives, and strategists producing high visual quality content. From podcasts like this to TV commercials and digital campaigns. If you're looking for a video production partner, look no further, visit tedmadestudios.com. That's tedmadestudios.com. If you were to take what you know now to another lifetime, would you do this again?
I think I would personally. I really enjoy shooting weddings. That's why I do it as a side hobby a lot, because I think just showing people's love. I mean, we have really bad ones sometimes, but a lot of the times we have really I actually have friends who come up from after weddings. Like you just meet them and you just feel the energy. You know, they're fun. So many people, and I think for me, um, I would, because telling people stories is actually pretty fun, and also the money is kind of okay.
Yeah. Not kinda.
it is.
And we will come to that, because for that guy who is starting off and is wondering whether you can actually make a career from it, but we'll discuss that. How about you? If you were to start again, start afresh, you're 20 what? When did you start?
205. 202.
You are something when you
Tutaonana kando.
So, actually, I knew Moniki way before we even entered this. And you know what I remember? I remember, I don't know if you remember in church, there's this walkway that has a mabati on top.
Yes.
You were on top of that.
I was on top of-
How you got on top of that mabati?
Yeah.
You had
Just to take
I was
a shot.
passionate.
you
I
were
was
passionate.
I was
To take-
Should go back to those
And
days.
this was in a wedding. This was not even an event.
Yeah.
It was just to take a shot.
Yeah.
So when that guy, would you advise him to continue?
I'd probably take it from this point of view. That person, like we're saying, that person was very passionate, but I kind of got carried away by the money. Yes. So it now became a job. It was no longer my hobby. So now these are now things I have to do to make ends meet, or this is now what's paying the bills. That changes a lot of things. And one thing I'd actually tell, so maybe myself starting over, if I were to start over, would be keep your hobby as a hobby and don't make it into a career. Yeah. I know we are told to monetize what it is that you love. But I would not monetize this. I would not monetize what.
Very interesting.
Yes. I would probably go into a whole other field. And that's why I think I'm really also branching out into other industries that are tried and tested, such that now they can earn money for me so that I can
It's
go
okay,
back.
It's okay. Shameless plug.
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
No, let me first finish.
Okay.
So that I can actually now have time to actually do this and put my love back into shooting some maybe weddings and people, because at some point I actually did really hate what I was doing. Yes. Because just thinking about another wedding, I'm like, I just want to show up, shoot,
The
go
day
home.
ends.
Yes. And that came because now I have an obligation too. Yeah. Right now, I've been shooting lesser weddings, and it's because now I have the opportunity to say no or yes. I can make time for or not. And now that way, now I choose who more or less resonates, who I resonate with, and I'm now finding my passion back. And I still want to push back even more, such that for the weddings I actually shoot, you will tell the love that comes. from me.
Mm.
Yes.
It's no longer a
It's
job.
no longer a job.
And you're not doing it because you need the money.
I don't need the money. It's
Mm.
I actually like you as a couple, or I want to do this because you've actually given me your dream and I know how well to execute it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Tell us about the other projects when we shall leave all of those linked here below.
So I currently have what's it called? A restaurant and camping pods at a very picturesque place called the Sleeping Warrior. It's down past past Naivasha, a place called Gilgil. It's just a place where I think that's where I've also just gotten my zen from.
Mm.
Yes. But that's the other venture that I want more or less to take over, and earn the money such that now I can get back my love for
For
doing
photography.
this. Yes, again.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, last question. What would you advise the young Moneki, the young Justine, when he was just starting out? And then by answering this question, we'll also now be talking to people who are upcoming or who are considering starting off their journey or their career as cinematographers or photographers. Justin.
I think what Moniki said earlier is kind of true. I guess you have to just kiss some ass just a bit,
Yes.
because when you're starting out, you have to show. Me, I remember telling a couple, nipe to 10K. And I was not at I've been a very good filmmaker for a very long time. So it's not that I didn't know how to shoot. I just wanted to get into the wedding space. You get? So I was just telling some, because you need to show shot for weddings. You just can't. Anyway, they're lucky people somewhere where they just shoot weddings. But you need to show that, hey, by the way, I can shoot a wedding.
You need a portfolio of work.
You
Need
do.
a portfolio. So how do you build your portfolio? You kind of have to go lower. You can't be charging prices Moniki is charging just because, my worth. Unfortunately, life doesn't work like that.
Doesn't work like that.
So
you grow.
Yeah, you grow. So me, I remember just saying, I remember nipete hata walikata bado. And nipe to 10K to please. And then, but I think for me, the most important thing is start small as you're growing, gain the skills, be intentional. Don't become a template. And I'm sorry to those who are. Don't become a template videographer and photographer. Make it special. Just try. Make it special for people will actually value the niche more. People pay for the niches a lot more than I know kuna wale wa haraka. They just want their videos and photos and move on. But there are actually people who, kuna watu wanabaingi bags za Birkins, in this world. So create your niche. That's my advice. Create your niche. Make couples feel special. And I think genuinely you'll grow quicker, and be patient with it also.
Okay.
Be willing to learn under people as much as it's a frustrating process.
So what I'd tell?
What would you tell Moneki?
Or other small photographer.
Yeah.
Oh, small is bad.
Yeah. I'd probably same thing. You'll have to be humble. Yes. I'm just trying to really make it clean it up. You'll have to be very humble. You'll have to take a lot of crap from people. But have a goal. And that's the thing I think that has saved me. I've always had a goal. I wasn't going to do this my entire life. I knew for a fact, number one, I never wanted to be known as a photographer. I'm first off a business person. Yes. So that's why I have all these other things that I usually do. So when you're starting off, say maybe as a photographer, you need to remember this scene is changing so fast. Now there's AI and whatever. Anyone can just decide to buy a camera today, slap on filters and whatever.
Something.
Now there's AI editing, so you can make your work look like mine very fast. It's not like the way we used to take, say, maybe like 5 years or so to develop our skills.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, like the bar right now
Wow.
is very, very low.
Apart from video. Video is a whole lot.
It's coming.
Not
It's coming.
yet.
I know, but
It's
not
coming.
yet.
Not yet, yeah.
Oh, no. Trust
No,
me.
it's just occurred to me that
3 months. Yeah.
I can take a shady photo.
Yeah.
Heck with my camera.
Yeah.
And just ask AI to take your photo and I say,
Yeah. Make it look like this.
But it's
Yeah,
a bit more
just like
complicated
that.
because there's, photos are also about emotion and
True.
framing,
True.
settings.
Yes, but
Yeah, that's for you who has been here for a
Yes.
while. There are guys who
you care about that. But
Yeah.
for
don't.
people who care about more about sensationalism
Mm.
in this regard,
Mm.
they want their photo to look glam. I don't want this, I don't want that. I want basically you can slap on a very glam filter to make it trend on social media.
socials.
But yeah, what I
You no
tell
longer need skill to get.
you no longer
Yeah.
need skill.
The
You no
path
longer
is much shorter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I'd tell myself starting over again, have a solid goal right now. I was carried away by the whole wedding photography and the money and blah blah blah, and I forgot where I started.
Mm.
I never wanted to be just solely known for wedding photography. By the way, I stumbled upon this. Yeah. And then I decided, you know what? Tuendelee kustumble. Let's roll.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. But I had a goal. Stick to that goal. Have a goal, stick to that goal. Use the money that you get here to fund whatever it is that your other goals are. Build those other goals for the long term. Like now, he started as a videographer. He started studios. This is a long-term thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
So-
that's good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just become a wedding photographer. Blah, 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 blah. You'll burn out very fast.
Yeah.
Like you'll be famous for
Same
like
thing.
2 years, 3 years. That's it. Another younger one comes in. Juu pia wewe unazeeka. As in, the thing is,
Yeah.
yeah. Like now,
That's
I would be running around with other young photographers, like chasing and undercutting each other. No,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Solid advice.
And also perfect your skill, guys. Perfect.
perfect skill gani siku hizi, it's already perfected.
No, like it's just I'm talking about like the younger people. Like
yeah.
just try be good at
what
you do.
it is that you're doing.
Yeah, understand it. I know there's this thing about AI and stuff. But siku moja wakiamua kutuzizimia, so utakuwa na career.
I know. Even that, like, don't let your career be so dependent on social media. Imagine we had a blackout. If we had a blackout, you're just depending on your follow accounts and whatever. What happens?
Yeah.
Overnight, you're just unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, let your work speak for itself. Let your work go beyond you.
Yeah.
Gents, I can't say thank you enough for having this conversation with us.
I hope you were interesting.
Yes. Although there are some things that good content for the next time we meet. And if you're still watching until now, we appreciate you being here. Thank you so very much. We do want to open up the podcast to couples as well, because this is one perspective, the perspective from the vendor side. We would like to invite a couple to also give us their perspective, and just so that other couples who are planning their weddings, they too can be informed, but also so that we can enjoy all the tea that happens in the wedding space, all the beautiful and inspiring stories, and all the cringe stories that are worth sharing. So if you are that couple and you'd like to share your story, just let us know. We will leave the contact here below and we shall definitely work to featuring you. But otherwise, thank you so very much for coming. And one more time, allow me to remind you to subscribe if you want more content like this.